Now it says it's counting down, but it's actually live. I think. Hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
What's going on, everybody? We'll give you a second to join. I think we may have broken the internet because our app here said that there were so many people that wanted to see the show that they had to hold off for a second.
True.
But now we're good.
True story. Okay, so Matt's not used to doing live. So we're going to wait till some people hop on. So when you hop on, give us hearts if there's anything that you want Matt to answer about him being married to someone in direct sales or network marketing. Drop your questions in the comments. All right. How can we see anyone that's on? We're using a different app than what I use, so it's hard to tell.
Brian Wilsey, what's up?
How do you see it's Brian Wilsey?
Because I know his afro picture.
Oh, Brian Wilsey. So come on, hop on, share this with your teams, share this with any prospective business partners that you have, specifically those that have significant others that have some concern with them joining a network marketing or direct sales company. Tell me when.
Thanks for spelling that correctly, Brian. All good.
How can we see anyone that's on? Sorry. Okay. I'm muting.
In case you didn't know, this is my show, even though my wife is directing the show so far. But we'll wait just a few more minutes. We got some people we know that are coming. We've had some great response so far, and hopefully we'll have a little bit of fun. Thanks for spelling
it. Sorry. Okay, so we're going to get rolling. Is that okay? We're going to get rolling?
Yes. Can you see on your phone if people are watching?
I can.
Awesome.
I can. So we've got... Drop some wisdom. Just listen. Okay. Do you want to go ahead and tell?
Sure. So, hey, everybody, welcome to the other side of the selfie. The whole idea of this is to provide insight, thoughts, ideas, everything that we can about going through the process of, at least in my case, being married to somebody in direct marketing. You may be a husband of, a boyfriend of, girlfriend of, friend of, brother of, sister of, whatever. But the idea is somehow that we can come together and support those that are in the direct marketing, direct sales, multi-level marketing, whatever you want to call it. So the idea is to just provide that support. My wife, sitting next to me here, my lovely wife, Ann Miley White, works for Unique. She's a presenter with Unique and has been since 2014. And so we have had not quite 4 years, but almost 4 years of experience in dealing with this kind of stuff, actually specific to Unique. But then before that, she was involved in a few other direct sales avenues as well. So we'll talk through that also as we get into the conversation here. So we did have a couple of people offer some questions. We are going to focus on the top three questions that we have seen out there and that have come up in conversations. We've had people that have mentioned to us even offline about the types of things that people want to see and hear and talk about. So we are going to talk about those right now. And the first one is...
So what was your reaction when I told you? So here, background. So I had stopped doing any direct sales. I had softly retired from corporate America. I had been, my kids just said, like, what did you do the whole time? While, like, for a year and a half while you weren't working. And
So she quit her job in 2012 and
joined Unique in March of 2015. And that seems like a lot of time. 14. What did I say? 15?
Yes.
14. So I essentially volunteered at my kids' schools. I grocery shopped. I did laundry. I went to the pool. I
lots of times at the pool.
Did that kind of stuff. So I didn't have anything that was for me. So in March of 2014, I was invited to an online mascara party, and I had already seen our mascara kind of all over Facebook, but this girl that was doing this party was a friend of mine from the neighborhood, and I ordered a mascara, and then within 12 hours later, I thought, what the hell? I'll just buy the kit, and I could totally sell this mascara. It looks amazing. I hadn't even actually tried the mascara yet. So he, at that point, I didn't even tell Matt I was going to do it necessarily. I just kind of did it and then knew that I would figure out the rest.
Okay.
So Matt, when I did that, what was your initial reaction to me saying that I was going to do yet another direct sales company?
Right. So let's back up because we just barely mentioned that piece of it. So whenever she quit her job in 2012, I was self-employed. I have been since 2009. And so the idea that when I first started, one of the main goals was for us to be able to get to a place where she didn't have to work anymore, or she could choose to work if she wanted to, that kind of thing. So we had gotten to that place 2 or 3 years into my being self-employed. And during that time, in addition to, like she said, volunteering and helping out and doing all that fun stuff, she had also joined and sold bags. She had sold purses. She had sold jewelry. She had sold and made her own little handmade cards. Is there anything else? I think that's 3 or 4 different direct marketing kind of situations. So really what happened whenever she said that she was going to go start selling makeup or start selling this mascara stuff, to me, it was just another one of her things that she was going to sell, and it was no big deal. I knew she enjoyed doing it and thought it was kind of fun. The one thing that I saw that was different, and the one thing that I saw that frustrated her and some of the other, and again, this is not to be, I'm not necessarily promoting one multi-level marketing company over another, but in this particular case, she was able to do the parties online instead of doing physical parties. And if you know my wife, you would know that.
You really know me.
If you really know her, you would know that she, surprisingly so, and it's going to be a shock for some of you, but surprisingly so, she is not a people person. I know. It's true. She's not a people person. So what that means is she has a great time online. She loves chatting with you whenever she's sitting in her pajamas in bed or on the couch or whatever, and she's on the computer or on her phone, but not so much when she has to host a physical party and clean the house and cook a bunch of stuff and
wear a bra,
get dressed, all that fun stuff. So to me, at the time when you first started, it was basically just what I saw as just another thing. But at the same time, it was something that seemed like it might work out better for you because it was all online instead of off, doing the party stuff.
Did you have any negative reactions?
I don't think so. I saw the mascara just in general, but like you said, you jumped in before you'd even worn the stuff. So, and I don't know what it was exactly that made you jump in. I mean, it was a cool product, but I don't know if there's anything else that you knew about the company before then, or if that just kind of happened after the fact as far as getting to know the company. But I think from my perspective, it was, like I said, there was no real negative, no real positive one way or the other. It was fairly neutral, just kind of another thing to see her jumping into.
Yeah. Okay. So are you done?
Yes, I'm good.
Okay. So what has the biggest challenge been?
So challenges. So we have been, so the whole idea of this show is called The Other Side of the Selfie, which means if you're looking at this picture right now, that's about what I see or saw of my wife most of the time. This side of the phone. Not this side, and not this side, but this side. So I would say that it was our biggest challenge. For me, I certainly require some time and attention, I'll admit. But in particular, I think there's just when I have your attention or when I want your attention or we're having a conversation, to be fully vested in that conversation. So the biggest challenge for us literally was the phone, the time on the phone, the amount overall of time on the phone. It literally just seemed like it was 24 hours. And although it was a lot, what I looked at it, at least early on, was I didn't quite connect the two between that was her doing her job as opposed to her just playing on Facebook and just spending time doing something else that wasn't necessarily with me or with the kids or whatever. So the biggest challenge I would say was that. And then what we did was, I don't know, it's probably 3 years in, something like that. We actually sat down and had a heart to heart, because it got to a point where I was like, dude, we gotta put some parameters around this thing, because it is, it's distracting. It's like you never leave your face never leaves your phone. As you can see her eyes right now, they're facing down towards her phone.
It's all for you.
Even as we speak.
All for you.
But we sat down and we said, okay, so here's where I'm coming from. Here's what I feel. Here's what I'm thinking. And here's what's bothering me. And then she was able to kind of voice her thoughts on why and what and when and where and that kind of stuff relative to how she was spending her time. And what the big thing that we came to was that there had to be some parameters, and we had to say, okay, well, whether it's at a certain time or a certain block of time, or there would be some time that we would say, okay, we agree this is going to be a time that, and both of us, and I'll admit too, I mean, I am self-employed and work from wherever I can work from. So I'm on my phone a lot too, but I tend to shut it down generally after 7 or 8 o'clock at night. But then what I learned in the process was that's the prime time for her world when it comes to people online. So the people that she's trying to reach are, they've worked all day, or they've done whatever they do all day, as far as if they work out of the house or work in an office or just do their mom thing, whatever. But then they get
not just do
that. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, but
okay.
I want to make sure.
Just so that you people know, on the other side of the selfie, I don't think just doing mom thing is just doing mom thing. Mom things are wonderful, and there's nothing better.
Harder than non-mom things.
Yes.
Not mom
just anyway, the idea was that she explained to me, and I kind of grasped that this business of hers, and I think for most women, I'm going to guess, most women in most of these businesses, their clients, the people that are buying their stuff from them. So whether you're selling makeup or you're selling bags or you're selling jewelry or you're selling pottery or you're, whatever it is that you're selling, clothes, all that kind of stuff, when most of your customers are shopping is during that 6 to probably 10 p.m. time frame. You may have a window in the morning, I'm going to guess, that you can grab somebody, especially for those that are working outside of the home. But then there's basically this time when I was saying, hey, this is the time whenever I'm here and then that I want your attention and this kind of stuff. Whereas that's when she had her prime opportunity from a sales perspective. So what we did is we kind of agreed, and it's changed over time and it gets flexible and we're not too crazy about it. But
since we are in the 3 trips, he could care less, actually.
That's not true. Not true.
As long as I keep him going to Mexico and Cozumel Cozumel's in Mexico. Jamaica and Punta Cana and Mexico. As long as we're going there, he's like, work all you want.
Okay, so that's not true. But the timing of things certainly made a difference. And then what I also, and I don't think this is the exact question, but I'm going to play off of this a little bit for right now. Outside of the challenges stuff was the company itself. It was really neat to see. And she says that it was whenever I I got to go on the cruise, and the cruise was certainly nice, and it was wonderful that we were able to do that. And so she won an incentive trip for selling a certain amount of stuff. And so we got to go. The first trip was to Jamaica. It was awesome. And that's where we met a lot of you. If you're on here and you're from Unique, a lot of you we met, or at least that's what I met. And a lot of people that Anne had known online, she met in person there. So that was a blast, and it was all fun. But it was the first time that I got to see the owners, the founders, Derek's story, hear that story, and kind of understand what the business, not just from a making cosmetic products, was all about, but there was a story behind it, and it was all about connection to what they've created as a foundation, the Unique Foundation, which gives and supports those women who were sexually abused as children or as kids, and who are now dealing with that in a time of their life, however many years that might be after the fact. And so hearing that story, hearing Derek's story, hearing an understanding and seeing the passion that all these people had for the business. And again, I think Unique is unique probably, but I think there's also a lot of other companies that have that same, there's a passion, there's a drive, and there's a central focus on why they do what they do as a company, as the presenters or sellers or reps or whatever the naming of it is. And so they latch onto that, and that is what really drives them. It's not just about selling stuff. It's not just about making money. It's not just about getting a cruise or getting a car or getting a whatever. It really is about something that's deeper. And so by seeing that, it did get me more interested and involved and understanding into what it was that she was doing and why. And then that kind of leads to, I think, the next question, the next official question.
Which is the last question. So what impact has direct sale, and in our case, I have to say Unique. What impact has Unique had on our life, on me, on you?
Sure.
Et cetera.
So it kind of plays off that last question. But what I did see is in the other, in a lot of the businesses that she was doing before, there were some social aspects to it. Although I said that that wasn't her focus, because that wasn't what she enjoyed as much. So it was about making money and doing things, and she thought it was cool products and she could get some free stuff and whatever. But once she joined Unique in particular, I could see that it was more than just a product to her. It was more than just another multi-level marketing type of a scenario. She really, I think it changed her personally. I could see from the outside that it was a change in the way that she went towards it. And what I saw, and it still is today, is it became something that was more of her showing an opportunity, or having an opportunity to empower women, and to not just sell stuff and not just make money and not just win trips, but to also see women who maybe were not as confident as they were, to become confident, to see women grow into something that they had never done something on their own like this. And so she was able to empower them to do that kind of stuff. To see her really get into the foundation side of things, and being connected with people, friends that she knew through Facebook or otherwise in person, that had been sexually abused and could benefit from the foundation and what was going on there. And there was at least one, I think, right? Three people that she has personally connected to and have gone on the trip specifically to go out and do a retreat. And basically what the foundation does is it has a weekend retreat, long weekend retreat, where they come out to Utah. They basically, I don't know how many people come at a time, but it's a group of them, and they kind of come in, and they basically are allowed to be themselves and share their story and go through some counseling. And then they work through integrating them back into their life after the retreat. And there's all sorts of help ongoing and stuff like that. So it's really been neat to see her to be able to jump into that side of it. I think all the other stuff has just been a perk. She's able to make money, which is great. We've done the trips, which are wonderful and fun. But what I have seen as the biggest change in her personally and her from a passion and desire to do something is, and she spends hours and hours and hours doing this kind of stuff. She also has gotten more involved in exercise and just being more confident herself. And so it's been neat to see her own kind of journey to getting to where she is right now, from where she was 5, 6, 7 years ago or whatever, back in corporate America and things like that, where it was a whole different world. So I think the change has been certainly very positive. I think it's also impacted so many other people. And what's really cool and fun to see is when I meet people that either only know, like would only know me, wouldn't ever know me other than through Facebook. Or when I meet these folks on the cruise or on the trip to Punta Cana or whatever, and they just say how awesome you are. And
yeah, but how does that translate into other people? Like how, for someone that's watching,
good question.
How, like, what is your message to them?
Yes, my message to you would be find that passion. That's the thing that I think makes it successful, is doing what she's doing. Anybody can sell stuff and anybody can, make money and go on trips and do those things. But to truly enjoy and to truly have passion and truly be successful at what you're doing, I think, from my perspective anyway, it is finding something that you are truly passionate about and that you can fully get vested in and say, this is something that I truly believe in. And from my side of the world, my business is in online and digital marketing. And so what I talk about a lot is what I call helping versus selling. And this is not meant to be a sales tactic for my own self, but I will tag myself, stopselling.starthelping.com. But the idea is, if you're all about helping people and you're all about just wanting to better their life, and it just so happens to be that she says smile. Happens to be that I'm just selling stuff or whatever. But the benefit on the back end is, if I have the passion, I have the drive, and I have all that, and I get to make money, and I get to go on a cruise, and I get to work from home, and I get to work from the beach, and I get to buy my kids extra stuff, and I get to pay for that vacation, and all this other stuff just becomes gravy. If you truly,
it's all a gift,
right?
It's truly a gift,
right? So it is. I would say that's the impact, and I think for anybody that's going into such an area, if you are on my side of the selfie, somebody that is the boyfriend or the fiance or significant other or husband or whatever of somebody who's either in this business of direct marketing, direct sales, or thinking about it, or they're kind of dabbling, maybe they've started a little bit, but they're not jumped in full force, is to really support them.
Have faith in what they're doing.
Yeah, and to help them to see and help them not just to do it because they want to make a couple extra bucks, but to do something and find that company that is something that is connected to their passion and to their purpose and what they want to do. And that's what I think Anne has found in Unique, but I'm sure other folks can find it in another.
Yes, because once you find your passion, the confidence all follows. You don't have to start out with the confidence. You don't. That all comes if you're working with your passion towards, how should I say, like, you're working with your passion.
Working with purpose.
Working with purpose. Working with purpose towards a goal, and your confidence through that just boosts. It all just follows. And
some people may jump into the business and already be there. They may already have that confidence and they may already be outgoing. They may already have all that piece. But if you're not, or if your spouse or your girlfriend or your fiance or whatever is not that way, the encouragement to be able to offer to that person. And in my case, I know I've failed in times, but hopefully I've succeeded in other times where it is, seeing how hard that she works and really trying to push her to continue, even though there are times, obviously, in just like any business, where you get frustrated or people are frustrating, work is frustrating, something's not happening like you. We just wiped our nose at the same time. But there are times whenever they need that encouragement. Sometimes they're high and everything is wonderful, and sometimes they're not so much and it's hard to do. But I think from our side, I can try to come in and help and support and encourage. It's also a great thing to find those encouraging friends and other folks in the business that you're working in, because I've seen that too, not just having fun on the beach or on the cruise or whatever with these ladies, but also meeting their spouses, getting to know them, and the encouragement side of things there, and seeing, I think, those that I've seen that are truly successful in this business have somebody on the other side of the selfie that really is behind them and encouraging them and driving them and pushing them to do what they love to do.
Your significant other that's in direct sales or network marketing will never be successful without your support. Never, never, never.
So is there any, I don't know what's our timing, but if there's
You've been on a long time.
Sorry. No, it's not. Almost 8:30. I said a half an hour. So we got 2 minutes. Any questions? Throw up a question if you got any questions. I did have one fun question that came through online that was,
Liz Medley,
what is it like to live with Ann Miley White? So I thought I might be able to address that.
I think you know, Liz. I think you know.
A lot of you may know, but it is fun. She is a blast. Certainly has gone through changes. Every day is a change. It seems like, from hairstyles to workout times of the day, of the week. I will say,
unpredictable.
You can't see this, but I shaved down here, and my wife didn't notice. I don't know if anybody saw the story
I got 4
online.
inches cut off my hair.
The story online the other day where my wife said, "Hey, it's so funny." I don't remember, but Matt didn't recognize that I got 4 inches of hair cut off myself. And
after I left the house 3 hours before saying, I'm going to go get my hair cut. And then I came home and said, do you like my hair? Yeah, it looks good. I got 4 inches cut off. Wait, what? You just got your hair cut?
So I shaved. She's been asking me to shave for 4 years probably now. And I shaved. You can't see it maybe, but it's down there. I shaved a little trim line just to make sure, because that's what
he
she
was
had.
all like Luke Bryan's
neck hair.
Neck hair is disgusting.
But she said she didn't even notice it. So I had to point it out to her. So I'm not the only one that doesn't notice things. But it's a blast living with Ann Miley White, living with our kids over there. Kids, you want to walk around and say hi, or just say hi from over there? Say hi, kids.
Hola. Hi, kids.
Hi, kids.
All right. So thanks for joining us. Who's coming up next?
Don't know exactly. I've got several people on the list. I got Mark Medley. I've got Clayton Fleury.
Whoop, whoop.
Hopefully Blake Tard.
Whoop, whoop.
Maybe Bubba Lamone if he'll get on camera.
Bubba.
So hopefully I will chat with some others. Oh, Chris Kohler. Chris said that as long as he's got a shot or two or something in him, he's in good shape to jump on. There's Ian. Everybody say hi to Ian.
Stacy, Matt's middle name is Judson. Judson. Judson.
Yes, so I've got several people lined up, and I'm looking forward to this. I will be posting these on the website, othersideoftheselfie.com, so you can see past episodes. There's also a place online to be able to ask questions, so that for our next time we get together, you'll be able to ask questions, and we'll try to address those. And like I said, I'll try to keep this to about a half an hour max each week, and it looks like it is about 8:31 right now. So we will wrap up, and I'll say peace out, from the other side of the selfie. That's going to be my sign off, because nobody wants it to be my sign off. But now I'm going to say it. Peace out from the other side of the selfie. And here's where we go. I'm going to turn this off, and then we think it's turning off, but then it actually stays on for a little while. So goodbye. We think we might still be here with you. Our screen is dark, but we're still here. So pretend this is like the ending of the credits of Ferris Bueller, where it's like Hello?
Is anyone in there?
Are you still here? Okay. And
Peace
now
out.
I